A simple random sample of size n is drawn from a population that is normally distributed. The sample mean x bar is found to be 50, and the sample standard deviation s is found to be 8. Construct a 98% confidence interval for mu if the sample size n is 20. So for these types of problems, what we're going to do, we're going to go in a calculator and we're going to use the t interval. It's pretty simple, it's rather straightforward. All we're going to do is just simply use the information they're given. We're going to use the 50 for our average, our x bar. We're going to use 8 for our standard deviation. Confidence 98%, so it's going to be 0.98. And then in the sample size 20. And we're going to find this interval, the lower bound number and upper bound number. And that's it. That's all this problem is. So we'll go to the calculator, clear this out. We're going to hit we're going to hit stats. This time it's different. You're going to go over to test and stats. And when you scroll down, there's something called the z interval. You don't need that. You need the t interval. So you hit t interval. It'll probably start off on data. For the input, you don't want data. You want stats. So you need to scroll over to stats and hit enter. And then here you can put in the information. So our x bar, our average was 50. Our standard deviation was 8. Our sample size was 20. And then our confidence level is 98%, so 0.98. Go to calculate. It'll do it for you. So then there's your confidence interval. It's 45.457 and 54.543. Those are your answers. So if I can remember these, I probably won't. $45 point something and 55 point something, right? Those somethings were the calculator things that we're going to have to go. So there, I fixed 54.543 was our upper bound. Our lower bound number is 45.457. That's your answer. That's all you need to do. That's it. So for B, construct a 98% confidence interval for our average mu if the sample size n is 15. And then we're going to talk about how does decreasing the sample size affect the error of margin. So we'll go to the calculator. We'll hit stat button, test, t interval. We still have the same exact information. 50 is our average, 8 is our standard deviation. Our sample size now is 15, and our confidence is still 98. So then we go to calculate, and there's our numbers. We have 44.547. 44.547. Sorry. 579. And then our upper bound is 55.4. 421. Oop. Where'd it go? 421. So then it talks about how does decreasing the sample size affect the error of margin. So the error of margin is this area in between, this idea from 44 to 55 and from 45 to 59. 54. Sorry guys. The distance between that. So here we have roughly the idea of 9. Right, the distance between these two. Here we have roughly the idea of 11. So when we decrease the sample size, we actually make the error margin wider. We increase the error margin. So that takes care of B. And that's where we're going to stop.